We are in game number 1 for our final series of WCS Summer. This is Sports' Serral.
God King, hey, no longer a Night King. That guy died. This
the
guy
Night King
didn't.
is a beta.
This guy did not die.
The Night King sucks, dude. Did you see what happened to him in Season 7? The Night King sucks. Pretty mirrored builds here. Very safe openings from both players. The gentleman's agreement, as I like to call it in ZvZ, when you go hatch, gas, bull, and you just play on from there. Reynor is moving his overlords around to try and look out for that Nidus Worm. Serral going to put it on the front line here. Reynor sees it.
Maynard, Reynor's only just started roach speed. That's actually a really big deal, meaning that his roaches will be significantly slower. Also just starting +2. That upgrade may never come into effect, but I feel this was massive bait, but Reynor, he's actually ready for the Nidus in the main too. This is really good play by him.
It certainly is, but Serral has roach speed, so he's going to be able to get those concaves a little bit quicker. Serral is still just holding that R button, resting his thumb on it, getting as many roaches out as possible here on 54 workers. So Reynor obviously has the better economy. If he can trade really well and hold on here, he's going to have a 4th base, unless Serral finds it, of course. But Serral's not going to look to have this game go too much longer.
No, he does have a spine crawler here, which will help with the defense, but no roach speed still.
Yeah. And that means that Serral's going to be able to muscle his way into a concave here, a big concave of red roaches here for Serral. Getting his way through the static defense. The Baneling's helping out a little bit there. And now it's just straight roach from Serral. He's up in army supply. He's pressing right into the army here of Reynor. Reynor does have a defender's advantage. It's not too long for him to get those roaches on the front line. But Serral has a worm that he can reinforce from if things need to be done. And he's actually killed 12 of those drones here at the 3rd base as well. That economic advantage that we're talking about for Reynor is actually being dealt with here by Serral. He somehow managed to squeeze a Nidus into the main base. This is devastating for Reynor.
Oh my god, the economy is going to get smashed from Reynor. His roaches have been slow for so long. He does go into the main, but more roaches from Serral pop out of that Nidus, and right now he's bouncing from the 3rd to the main and just making his life so difficult.
Serral also with another Nidus Worm on the outside. He is going to reinforce here, and if he has enough roaches on the high ground, Reynor won't be able to retake his main. That's the lair, that's everything here for Reynor.
Serral is monster moding right now, not giving Reynor a chance to breathe. The +2, it's never going to finish by the looks of it. 150 supply against 86, and look, he's just bouncing from side to side with so many roaches, evacuating the main of Reynor and just decimating the 3rd.
Oh, Serral's got game 1 in blinding fashion here. There's way too many units. GG! Serral, the world champ, taking map number 1 here in the grand finale.
Look at this, Maynard. Here we have a lair, a second gas starting. I wouldn't be surprised if this turns into one of those roach highway situations where you probably stop at around like 34, 35 drones, maybe a tiny bit more, but you set up your overlords and you just directly attack your opponent. This is something weird, and yet again from Serral, which is super cool to see.
Yeah, the Roach Warren coming down, +1 attack as well. Serral locking down that natural. Reynor is going for the lair of his own, but obviously quite a bit later. Reynor smells something is off here, and he's actually going for some static defense that certainly is necessary here.
The Overlord Highway is starting to come into fruition here, which is super awesome to see. Serral, he wants to teach this lad a lesson.
Those queens do have a lot of energy. They can certainly turn the tides here for Serral. The engagement has begun. Reynor's got a spine crawler reburrowing here to join in the fight. He does have a bit of a concave here. He is pushing back those first initial waves of Serral, but he does have to reinforce. Nothing but roaches here for both players so far.
Reynor so far has taken a really good fight. That spine crawler deals extra damage to roaches, and he's holding really darn well. He didn't even commit to getting roach speed here. He's using all his money he can on units. It's absolutely the correct move.
And this is working so far for Reynor. Serral is just trying to push forward, but he can't get it done, and he is down 9 workers here.
He's
and
even
droning.
He's
the
droning.
mad lad.
He's so confident about holding this, and he's droning crazily too. Serral, he is backing off. He is taking a 3rd, but he's still making roaches. Serral's hoping for a dream here. He's hoping that Reynor overdroned way too much, and 59 drones, that certainly is a huge number. And if he hits before roach speed finishes and +2, that's his only chance.
It's kind of hard to find an angle here for Serral. He doesn't have corrosive biles or that micro potential to take a good fight here. It's just roach against roach, and the guy with more roaches and the shorter rush distance usually is going to win. That spine crawler coming in to help out Reynor again, and he's also dropping biles here on Serral, forcing him to miss micro his roaches, or rather just micro his roaches, which means they're not fighting as they're moving out of that bile range. Reynor takes a convincing fight right here, Ben, and GG! We're tied up 1 apiece.
Reynor kind of chooses to skip out on the Zerglings very super early on, but he is going for the Baneling Nest, and he is getting the Zerglings this time. And they're both making quite a few links here. 8 for Reynor so far, 14 for Serral. We might see some little knife fight action from both of them.
Reynor comes forward with that Baneling, looking for that cluster of Lings. Serral does not take that hit from the Baneling just yet, keeping his Banelings alive against Reynor's Lings as well. Both players trying to pick off and trade as well as possible in the early stages of the game. Serral is also getting an Evo behind this. Reynor already has one, and he's starting +1 range, so he wants to get into Roach's transition out of this. Serral's actually got the same plan.
Both of these guys feeling confident enough to drone up behind this. Look at this. Keeping those Banelings alive. Reynor just kind of marching them back and just being very safe. Wait. Is there no Roach speed for Reynor? Oh no! It's only just started!
God, not again. Serral can just chase them down to the ends of the earth.
Look how slow they are when they're burrowed and moving away.
Oh my god!
Look how slow!
These can't run, they can't run! You cannot run and you cannot hide.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad for Reynor, guys. I can't tell you. Serral right now, he's dealing damage and he's accumulating a bank and he's feeling hungry. He's marching across the map with a pretty darn good army here too.
Just Reynor deflecting the Serral's attack in the main base, or the harassment rather. But he's going to have to micro-slow Roaches against Corrosive Vials with a Roach speed upgraded Serral with similar upgrades.
Oh!
Roach speed, forget about it! And forget about your Roach production as well! Serral attacks into the natural and Reynor has been crippled.
Yeah, where is that Roach Warren from Reynor? He hasn't even started another one. Only just now it starts. I don't think he even realized what happened. And his Roaches, look, even on creep, he can't move as quick as Serral. This is a terrible disaster.
It's a disaster. Oh, poor Reynor, man. He does have a lot of Roaches here at that third base. He does have the numbers. He is punching through Serral's attack, but the natural is still under siege, and he's just got to tap out.
This Overlord is definitely most likely going to fall unless these queens can be stopped, but no, they won't be. So Reynor starting off this game in a good way here. Oh, return of fire.
Yeah, tit-for-tat here.
Eye for an eye, and Serral, he kind of strikes back there, killing an Overlord, and the crowd likes it. The crowd do like it.
The crowd did clap for a killed Overlord. That is true. That just happened here.
They're absolutely mirroring each other once again. Just both droning up like madman, getting an Evo. Both of them are, which will probably be for +1 range. And you see this, like the Banelings at the top of the ramp, the Lings. It doesn't look like there's going to be any signs of aggression from both these players. So they're both playing the map how it should be played.
All right, it's going for the drones here on that mineral line. They're getting very close. You actually get 6 there for those Banelings. It's not bad. Serral trying to go for a run by on the top side. It's like Reynor's meeting to engage him here. He's got 2 battles going on here. A bit of a scuffle, but Serral with the advantage and Judd to the north.
Yeah, and he's pouncing on it. Takes out a few Roaches there. And Reynor, he backs off with the South Army, which may have been a bigger army there. Dodging every bile. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Serral, he's looking to be aggressive here, and it's not working out on the south side. Reynor pounces back.
The battle to the south goes in Reynor's favor. And he's on top of that hatchery. Reynor pulling back to try and save it. It looks like he may just be able to.
And both have got Lurker Dens on the way. Serral's being much faster here. He's also getting the Hydralisk upgrades and Hydras onto the field already, but he is getting behind Reynor here, taking out some valuable Roaches and some Ravagers.
And dodging the Vials once again, getting some great trades there against Reynor. Great catch here from Reynor. Attempted burrow run by here for Serral, getting caught and punished.
Yeah, these Roaches, if left unattended, would have reaped havoc on this base, which is already low and on fire thanks to those mech skins. Certainly, and these Lurkers, they are doing their job. And, whoa! That's the Viper micro that we talked about, Maynard. Yeah, very good.
He's pushing forward with those Lurkers. He can actually chase because he has that adaptive talent upgrade. I don't think that Reynor has it at all. So that's a big advantage. Oh, grabs a Viper. It looks like 1 Viper each here. Oh, no, that one survives for Reynor. This is so funny when we see Vipers abduct each other.
I want you. No, I'll have you. Serral did have to back off there and regain all the energy on his Vipers to stand a chance.
And the Lurkers do repossession themselves here. The yoinks on the Vipers again. Great moves from Reynor. He's actually taking a really good fight here so far. Of course, the Lurker advantage is here for Serral, so he is going to start getting some splash damage on him if he gets too deep. Serral getting on top of that hurt hatchery here with a lot of Roaches.
They're both doing this in the same way. They're both attacking each other's 5th here. Serral, though, he's going kind of uncontested beside the Spinecrawlers, so both the 5ths will fall by the looks of it.
Serral gets that 5th base.
Ooh, Serral is looking to be on the aggressive, and if he can get some Lurkers in nice positions here, this could be very dicey.
Grabs a full energy Viper there. Nice catch from Serral. Blinding Cloud as well to make sure that the Hydras can't engage and pull his Vipers to doom, but more yoinks here. Grabbing a few Lurkers.
Oh, and some picture-in-picture here. The Roaches are taking over the main base of Reynor, and he He's on the attack, he's taken out a 5th, but that is not as valuable as taking out a main base here, I don't feel. Look at how efficient Serral has been. He's got a big bank still left. Nidus in the 3rd base as well. Reynor's economy is being ripped apart.
The decision-making from Serral, holding that 4th base while decimating all the tech here of Reynor, getting rid of the Hydra Den. The Hive next on the menu, and there it goes. That last round of Hydras, it for Reynor. No more Vipers either. He's able to still make lurkers though. And Reynor does have the army supply advantage, but his worker count, his economy, really suffering now. He doesn't have a bank anymore, but Serral absolutely does. He can afford to lose units. He can replenish. Reynor absolutely cannot. Looks like they're engaging here in the middle of the map as the Roaches of Serral run past these lurkers. He grabs those Vipers, and keep in mind that Reynor cannot replenish these Vipers, and they're so important.
Ooh, catches a Viper and we'll get this base. Yeah, this has been like a gas base for Serral, and it's been working very well. So picking this off is decent. Also engaging this base with just a group of lurkers. Yeah,
very nice from Reynor. Getting a couple hatcheries like this really does cripple the economy of Serral.
It's so hard to engage this army, Maynard. You see, he's just taking advantage of every moment that Reynor sleeps a little bit. Reynor's moving in, but he's getting blinding clouded. But Reynor comes in from the top as well.
Serral's been using that time to try and amass his forces, but Reynor takes a commanding position here on the low ground. Serral coming back for the north. Reynor actually takes an amazing fight here.
I think Reynor might be doing it here. He's got 138 army supply, but he's moving up the ramp. Is this a crazy move? I have no idea. I think it is.
Oh,
but he's kind of winning
crazy
out.
It might work, Ben. He's right on top of Serral. He's not giving him breathing room to make those lurkers. The Vipers be damned. Reynor on top of Serral here. He's in the natural, and he's cut off the main in the 3rd. The 3rd is actually dead and buried. Oh, man. What a move from Reynor. What a play. Ties up the series 2 apiece.
Both of them keeping 2 drones on the gas, so that is very indicative of getting a Baneling nest, so we will probably see a little bit of that tango going down.
And there's that Baneling nest you were talking about, all going down as planned here for both players. Indy's showing us a dead dragon covered in gold for some reason, but there it is. Similar to New Repugnancy here, Serral just wanting to go for a lot of lings with Banelings to try and pressure Reynor. Now, is it going to be a massive commitment? It's already a pretty big commitment. Or is he going to switch over into Roaches and upgrades as he did last time? Oh, there's the Banelings there of Reynor. Serral keeping an eye on things as you generally would at this point in the game, trying to trade 2 for 3 here. Doesn't quite get the connections.
Oh, so far that's good for Reynor. Like, he's the one that committed to the workers, so for now he has an economic lead, but Serral will not give up without a fight. 1 ling for 1 Baneling, and that's a good trade. Reynor, he's getting his lair. He's the one getting the Roach Warren. He's getting the gases, and he's got a drone lead. Reynor, this is a successful start for him in game number 5.
Going to be the first guy to drop the lair and the Roach Hammer. Serral going towards lair yet, and he is getting +1 range, which usually means Roach Warren. Reynor trying to pull Serral's army apart here.
Oh, and Reynor is pouncing. Still had a few Banelings that take out the Spinecrawler straight away.
And he gets rid of one of them, the other one getting targeted down as well. But Serral using that time to engage the Roaches directly of Reynor. The attempt in the main base surrounded by the Lings, and the Nidus Worm in the back of the 3rd is going to get killed as well. Reynor using this opportunity to pick off a Ling on the high, or Queen on the high ground rather, and he's actually breaking this line of Serral, pushing him back a little bit.
Oh, he certainly is. That Queen, in its last breath, did transfuse a unit for Serral. Just trying to do everything he can to stay alive. Reynor eking out of supply lead here as well. But Serral, he's feeling confident enough to start +2.
And he has the Ravager advantage as well. Able to drop a few more Biles here for Reynor. Reynor certainly with a lot of Roaches. Serral pouncing on top of this cluster of Roaches to the south, trying to push back Reynor's force again with that high ground, and he looks like he's managed to do it one more time. Reynor reinforcing with that Nidus Worms. Now he's got the numbers again.
And after punching each other in the face so hard, they're both on 135 supply.
The dangerous thing is, though, if you break off those Roaches for that harassment, they're not here on the front line to defend. So it's choices that need to be made. The calls need to be made here. And Reynor switches his army around to the right-hand side here towards that ramp of the natural of Serral. Both players taking big trades here. Serral with that cluster of Roaches is going to eat some Biles, but he does still push forward confidently against Reynor's army.
But Serral's losing so much supply here.
Yeah, this fight's not going well at all.
That was a terrible spot to fight in, and Reynor, he was happy to take that. And now he's kind of going to go pounce on the 4th base. Serral has to retreat.
Oh, Biles down the Roach reinforcements as well. A massive advantage at the moment for Reynor. Goes for the Nidus Worm in the main base. A bit of a pipe dream. That's not going to happen. But he might be able to just do it by just rolling up into Serral's face.
Yeah, and very soon he has the upgrade advantage as well, Maynard. He's got more army here. He's trying to end Serral right now. He doesn't want this to go on for any longer.
Serral's holding the line for now, but Reynor still has the numbers. He's going to do this in just sheer power, Ben. He's still pushing forward, has to micro back against those Biles. The Ravager count very, very similar here. Reynor's got the confidence. He's starting to step forward.
Serral, he's trying to hold on the best that he can, but he ate another bile. His units are worse. He's got less of them. He's got less of an economy as well. His opponent has a 4th base. There is just too much Reynor right now.
There's no holding here, even for Serral. Surely Reynor has every advantage. Oh, lovely biles again, getting those roach reinforcements, those stacked up eggs, going down to the biles. Serral's engagement not working out. He's pulled drones all the way from the natural here, but it's going to be in vain. Reynor goes to 3-2 in this grand final and is finding himself on match point. Feels like a prophecy being fulfilled here, like Reynor is meant to be the chosen one to end the reign of the king. I'm having a good time casting with you, Muslim.
I love you, Maynard.
Wow. We got deep there.
Wow, so Serral, he's kind of opting for a very similar thing to the game before, where he gets a lot of lings out, but he's getting a really fast +1 weapons here.
Yes, indeed. Roach Warren coming down for Reynor, and there's that lair.
We get to see a little bit of Serral here, and he's darting away for that 3rd base, which is... Oh, wow, he actually cancelled it upon it being 99% completed. Like, he's really respecting this and has a full wall up now.
Oh, Reynor's being a cheeky boy. He's going for the Spire in the backline here, showing off that he's going for roaches, but going for something a little bit more of a bamboozle.
Luckily, I think he'll see it just before it's done.
With the changeling? Oh, he just sees it there.
He sees it, Maynard. Okay, what is his response going to be? Serral also, he's like feeling solid enough to still drone up amidst all of this. Obviously, more roaches won't help, but he's also scouting very, very efficiently. Getting to see that roaches are the weapon of choice and there aren't going to be a huge flock of mutas, so he's going to focus on roaches himself.
So the 4th base is on the way quite a bit earlier than Serral's, but Serral's going to go for the Hydra Den, which I actually like quite a bit.
If you're a Serral fan right now, you should be biting your nails because make no mistake about it, he is definitely behind against Reynor right now. Those 5 mutas, they forced out a lot of queens that he didn't really want to make. They forced out spores that he didn't want to make. He's now got an upgrade lead as well, and he's got a really big supply advantage.
Yeah.
I am so worried for Serral.
Oh, I think this is the best timing that Reynor could have hoped for. He has the massive advantage right now.
And Reynor's moving in here right now, Maynard. Like Serral, he's got a good concave at the top of the ramp, but he's just got less.
He doesn't want to allow Reynor room here, but Reynor doesn't care. He might just push on through anyway. So the biles come down for Serral. They are connecting a little bit with the roaches. The mutas also coming in, doing a little bit of harassment. Serral pulling in those queens now. They aren't too handy in a fight, but they can't transfuse. But Reynor's numbers are still just unquenchable.
Reynor's doing it, Maynard. He's doing it. He's got 50 supply more. He's going to pick off these drones.
The prophecy! It's done! The king has been vanquished. The 5 WCS streak is over. Reynor, the new WCS champion, Serral, straight out of his chair to offer respect to our new champ.